Coco Gauff's insane 2025 second Grand Slam win, and leading USA to United Cup victory at just 21. The year 2025 will go down as the moment Coco Gauff didn't just join the legends, she started becoming one. It was a season so unbelievable, so electric, so wildly intense that fans, commentators, and even her fiercest rivals were left shaking their heads and saying the same thing. This is insane. Coco Gauff is unstoppable. At only 21 years old, Gauff didn't just lift trophies. She lifted the expectations of a generation. Her journey through 2025 wasn't just about two shining victories. Her second Grand Slam title and her heroic leadership guiding the United States to United Cup glory. It was about something deeper. Resilience, power, growth, and the mind of a champion sharpening into steel. This is the story of Coco Gauff's wild, electrifying, history-making 2025 season. A new year, a new Coco. When the calendar turned to 2025, Coco Gauff walked into the season with a quiet storm inside her. She wasn't a newcomer anymore. She wasn't the prodigy who surprised the world. She was the athlete everyone studied, analyzed, strategized for, and the young woman the entire tennis world expected to dominate. The pressure was huge, but the hunger? Even bigger. All through the off-season, Coco trained like someone chasing destiny. Her coaches whispered that she had changed in subtle but powerful ways. Her footwork faster, her serve heavier, her mindset sharper. She studied her mistakes from previous years. She strengthened her strengths and rebuilt her weaknesses. The fire in her eyes wasn't about hype. It was about fulfillment. 2025 wasn't just a tennis season for Coco Gauff. It was a mission. United Cup 2025, the first explosion. The world didn't have to wait long to see the new Coco. The United Cup, the mixed-gender national team event, is one of the most pressure-packed tournaments of the season. You don't just play for yourself. You play for your country, for your teammates, for millions watching. Coco thrived. From the moment she stepped onto the court, wearing USA colors with pride, there was a different electricity about her. Her footwork buzzed. Her reactions flashed. Her confidence radiated like a shockwave. Match after match, she became the anchor. Every time the USA needed a point, Coco delivered. She faced big hitters, tricky movers, veterans with experience, young guns with no fear. None of it mattered. Coco stood tall. Coco stood fearless. Coco stood victorious. Her teammates, seasoned champions themselves, looked to her as their emotional engine. When she fist-pumped after winning a point, the entire team roared. The United Cup final, Coco turns hero. The championship match, USA versus a powerhouse European team, was tension wrapped in chaos. Every set felt like the world held its breath, and then Coco walked in. The pressure didn't crush her. It empowered her. She played her best tennis of the entire tournament. Unrelenting defense, ruthless aggression, a serve that cracked through the stadium. Her opponent threw everything at her. But Coco's court coverage was unreal. She chased down balls that should have been winners. She redirected pace with impossible angles. And on championship point, she unleashed a blistering backhand down the line. Boom! USA wins. Coco Gauff, at just 21, became the hero of America's United Cup triumph. When her teammates embraced her, the American flag draped around her shoulders, Coco cried. Not because she was overwhelmed, but because she felt her evolution settling into truth. This was leadership. This was dominance. This was only chapter 1. Grand Slam number 2, the masterpiece. After the United Cup, the tennis world watched Coco differently. Not as a future star, as a current threat. The first slam of the season arrived with a tidal wave of attention. Fans lined up for hours to see her practice. Cameras tracked her every move. Analysts talked nonstop about whether this was finally the slam where she would fulfill her promise again. Coco didn't speak much. She let her racket do the talking. The early rounds, warm-ups for a queen. From the first ball struck, her dominance was obvious. She played with flow, using her improved serve to dictate rallies, and her athleticism to turn defense into attack. Her focus was razor glass, sharp and reflective. Commentators said, she's not just playing the field, She's owning the court. She breezed through the early rounds with few mistakes, but she knew the storms were coming, and she welcomed them. The quarterfinal, the battle that forged her. Every championship run has one match that defines the warrior within. For Coco, it was her brutal quarterfinal. Her opponent was relentless. Big forehands, huge serves, long rallies. The match turned into a war of wills, nerves, and heartbeats. The crowd could feel the tension like heat in the air. Coco dropped the second set. She didn't panic. She didn't flinch. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and whispered to herself, "This is why you worked." The final set became a highlight reel of courage. She saved break points with killer serves. She chased down impossible balls. She struck returns with fearless precision. At 5-5, she hit the shot of the match, a running forehand passing shot that curved like a comet. Fans exploded. Her opponent froze. Coco took over. When she won the match, she raised her fist, not in celebration, but in affirmation. This was her moment, her time. The semifinal, Gauff the genius. By the semifinals, Coco had entered a zone athletes describe only in whispers. The world slowed for her. Her timing was perfect. Her strategic mind was pristine. She dismantled a top 3 player with clinical elegance. It wasn't a fight, it was a lesson. Analysts said, she's not playing like a 21-year-old. She's playing like a legend. The Grand Slam final. The crown returned to Coco. The stadium buzzed. Millions tuned in. The atmosphere vibrated with expectation. Facing another top-tier rival, Coco stepped onto court with calm purpose. She didn't chase nerves away. She used them, the icon of a new generation. Coco inspired millions in 2025. Kids mimicked her serve. Teens quoted her interviews. Fans traveled thousands of miles to see her play. Even celebrities posted reactions to her insane winners. She wasn't just winning titles. She was winning hearts. And most importantly, she played with joy, the pure, unfiltered joy of someone who loves the sport with every part of her soul. Looking ahead, a future that feels limitless. By the end of 2025, Coco Gauff wasn't just a rising star. She wasn't just a Grand Slam champion. She wasn't just a national hero. She was the future of tennis, the future of athletic excellence, the future of a generation hungry for inspiration. With 2 Grand Slam titles before the age of 22, a historic United Cup win, and a season filled with dominance, Coco Gauff's path ahead looks limitless. World number 1, more Grand Slams, Olympic medals, a legacy written in gold. And when asked what she wants next, Coco simply smiled and said, "I'm just getting started." Coco Gauff's insane 2025, a season we'll talk about for decades. She came into the year with questions. She ended the year with answers. She started the year as a rising talent. She ended it as a global force. At just 21 years old, Coco Gauff delivered a season so explosive, so emotional, so unforgettable that the world will remember it as the year Coco took over tennis. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.